Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Iraqi Dinar Hub channel. Today we're bringing you a breaking update of historic proportions news that could reshape the global financial order. Picture waking up to a reality where the Iraqi dinar isn't just another currency, but a driving force in the world economy. That time has arrived. The Iraqi dinar has now stepped forward as America's newest financial partner. And this isn't a minor adjustment, it's a bold leap forward. Whether you're an investor, a holder, or simply curious about its global impact, stay tuned. This is the opening page of a major new chapter. The United States, the long-standing leader of the dollar system, has officially acknowledged the rising influence and strength of the Iraqi dinar. This will touch markets, governments, and ordinary people around the globe. Why is this happening now? Why is it such a game changer? For decades, the US dollar has been the dominant reserve currency trusted worldwide for storing and transferring wealth. But the landscape is shifting quickly. The Iraqi dinar, built on tangible assets and delivering dividends, has captured the attention of the most powerful players in finance. The Federal Reserve, America's central bank, has now confirmed it will include the Iraqi dinar in its core foreign currency reserves. This is more than recognition, it's a strategic investment aimed at reinforcing and stabilizing the US economy. It marks a pivotal turning point in global currency strategy, signaling the transition from outdated financial norms to a new asset-driven model, and Iraq is now central to that shift. So what exactly did the Federal Reserve announce? In its statement, the Fed explained that after extensive review of the international monetary environment, it concluded that an asset-backed currency generating real returns, like the new Iraqi dinar, offers a more sustainable foundation than traditional fiat systems. Fiat currencies such as the dollar, euro, and others depend primarily on confidence, without physical asset backing. The Fed acknowledged that its own plans for a US digital dollar were shelved because such a currency would lack the intrinsic stability of the Iraqi dinar model. This is a rare admission of the limits of America's own system, and an acknowledgement of Iraq's monetary innovation. This moment signals the decline of pure fiat currency dominance. For decades, major currencies like the US dollar have been detached from any gold, silver, or tangible asset base. While that allowed governments freedom to expand money supply, it also invited inflation, debt expansion, and periodic loss of trust. The Iraqi dinar's design marks a deliberate return to a value standard backed by real, measurable assets and delivering dividends to its holders. It transforms currency from abstract numbers into something tied directly to physical wealth. Investors and policymakers alike are realizing the stability and transparency of this approach. And it's not just theory, the dinar is already functioning on this model. The United States' decision to hold it as a reserve asset is proof that the financial world is ready to shift toward more reliable asset-anchored systems. With this, Iraq is not just joining the global conversation, it's leading it. So what does this mean for American financial strategy? By securing Iraqi dinar and its reserves, the Federal Reserve is essentially future-proofing its own balance sheet. The era of single-currency global dominance is giving way to a stage shared by multiple strong currencies, and the US is adjusting ahead of the curve. This move will keep the dollar relevant while integrating it into a diversified monetary framework. Rather than positioning itself in direct opposition to Iraq's approach, America is choosing to participate in it. It's a tactical embrace of a system that could ensure longer-term global economic stability. The dividend feature of the Iraqi dinar is especially significant for the US since these holdings generate income via Iraq's sovereign wealth fund. Washington will directly benefit from regular payouts. This represents a dramatic reversal of the old model, where financial advantage typically flowed away from emerging markets toward established powers. Now, capital will move in both directions, creating a more balanced global exchange. The Fed's announcement is also a loud signal to other nations and major institutions. If the world's largest economy is openly holding and endorsing the Iraqi dinar, then it becomes far more appealing for others to follow suit. Central banks, corporate treasuries, and investment funds will likely begin diversifying into the dinar, reinforcing its status as a reserve currency. This trend could set a precedent for prioritizing asset-backed monetary systems over unbacked fiat. For private holders, the message is clear. The dinar's position is now secure at the highest levels. the dinar's position is now secure at the highest levels. This creates a confidence loop that strengthens both demand and long-term value. What we're seeing isn't just a change in currency choice, it's a reshaping of the foundational rules of international money. Asset-backed currencies are stepping into the spotlight, and the Iraqi dinar is center stage. What's unfolding is not just a bilateral shift between Iraq and the United States, it's the rebalancing of the global financial structure. The old, dollar-centered framework is evolving into a multipolar reserve system, with the Iraqi dinar emerging as a central pillar. The remarkable part is that this is happening in a cooperative, measured way. Instead of resisting the shift, the very nations that profited most from the dollar era are now adapting and supporting it. That makes the transition far smoother, avoiding the instability that often comes with sudden monetary upheavals. For the world economy, this coordinated acceptance means greater predictability in trade, investment, and capital flows. We're entering an era where power is shared and stability is the prize. For Iraq citizens, this moment carries both symbolic and practical value. It's a point of national pride to see their currency recognized on the global stage for its stability and innovation. Years of careful financial reforms, resource management, and strategic planning have built this foundation. As the dinar's global role grows, the country can expect more inward investment, better infrastructure, and improved living standards. Increased job creation, expanded public services, and enhanced economic opportunities are realistic outcomes. This is a story not just of currency strength, but of national renewal, a case study in how a nation can transform its challenges into leadership in the global market. If you're holding Iraqi dinar, this is perhaps the most solid assurance you could receive. With the Federal Reserve adding the currency to its official reserves, your holdings are now supported by one of the world's most powerful financial authorities. This dramatically lowers perceived risk and positions the dinar for sustained growth. The recognition of the dinar as a core reserve currency signals lasting demand and potential for capital appreciation. Investors may also see returns not just from exchange rate movements, but from the dividend structure that benefits all holders. The once speculative nature of the dinar has been replaced by institutional validation, shifting it firmly into the realm of strategic assets. Before today's announcement, much of the global financial conversation centered on central bank digital currencies, or CBDC. Major economies, including the US, had been racing to develop these digital versions of their fiat systems, believing they were the future of money. But the emergence of Iraq's asset-backed digital model has forced a rethink. The Federal Reserve has now paused its own CBDC initiative, acknowledging that competing against a structurally superior design would be unwise. This pivot is more than technical, it's ideological, signaling that the next era of currency will be grounded in real, measurable value, rather than trust alone. Technology will still matter, but it will be paired with tangible wealth backing. Looking ahead, the global economy is likely to move steadily toward a multi-currency reserve framework, with asset-backed systems at its core. The Iraqi dinar's success could inspire other nations to adopt similar models, making the monetary ecosystem more diverse and resilient. The United States will remain a major force, but it will share influence with other strong currencies in a more cooperative balance. This could usher in a period of greater transparency, reduced volatility, and fairer distribution of global financial benefits. For investors and savers worldwide, the shift could mean more protection for wealth and a stronger link between currency value and real assets. To all Iraqi dinar holders, take note of this moment. It marks the closing of one chapter and the beginning of another. The uncertainty that once surrounded this investment has been replaced by the ultimate form of validation, adoption by the US Federal Reserve. Your patience and persistence have brought you to a point where your asset is officially recognized as part of the world's core financial infrastructure. The future looks brighter, the risks lower, and the opportunities greater. Stay engaged, remain confident, and be ready for what's next. Thank you for joining us for this special Iraqi Dinar Hub report. Share your thoughts in the comments, one word or phrase that captures how you feel right now. We'll continue to keep you updated as this new era unfolds. Until next time, I'm Sarah, wishing you a safe night and a prosperous tomorrow. Remember, the Iraqi dinar is now, without question, America's newest financial ally.